Hi, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, Call Me Dancer. We have today two very special guests, two sisters, Sonam Dekar and Karma Chuki. Thank you for joining
Hello.
us.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, Manish.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. And I have to tell that I know Karma almost now from 9 to 10 years. We danced
Yep.
together in a same studio in Mumbai Dance Works, and she was uh, almost my senior, and I look up to her because she was a fantastic dancer, and she is a fantastic dancer. And there's a
Thank
lot of
you.
similarity between our journeys because it resembles a lot. So it was an honor to bring her in this platform
Oh,
to share her story. And I met Sonam. She's a sister of Karma in New York. She's the sweetest and very nice photographer. Our Call Me Dancer poster, she clicked it. And thank you for
love.
that, Sonam.
You're welcome.
Also, thank you for joining our podcast. Could you briefly introduce yourself to our audience?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, I'm Sonam, and then I'm a freelance photographer based in New York, New Jersey. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm from Bhutan, of course.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Karma Chuki, and I'm a freelance dancer and based here in New Jersey, New York. And I'm also from Bhutan.
Also
And
from Bhutan.
yes, we both are from Bhutan.
Yes. So, Sonam, the first question is for you. So,
Yes.
I heard that you start your career as in a hotel in a hospitality,
Correct.
switched to the photography to the art field. So
Uh-huh.
how you decided to quit something you had a stable job and switch to like in art?
So that's a very long journey for me. But well, let's start with this. Like photography has always been my hobby since I was a kid. She can still remember. Like I used to love taking
Yep.
pictures no matter what. And then I couldn't take photography as my profession back then because we didn't have like a lot of resources. Everything was just limited. And then um
Yeah, I remember. I remember her.
Yeah.
By yeah, I remember her as growing up. She used to
Mhm.
save all her money to buy a really nice camera for herself
oh yeah.
because she was so passionate about taking pictures. But I think the resources in
Wow.
Bhutan was not that great for
It's
her to
very
take it.
limited back
Yeah.
then. And we didn't even have those
Mhm.
digital cameras back then.
Yep.
You have to actually buy those
Wow.
films, the rolls, and then you have to develop it. And then as a kid, we don't know how to do this. So we have to send it to those shops where they turn the films into an actual pictures.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but you had a very stable job, like you work for the hotel, right?
True.
So
True.
is it scary to switch like to what you
Mhm.
like you wanted to be always photographer and
Well, I did have a stable job, but then that was not my passion. So every day, even though I was going to like a regular job, I never felt like I was complete. Like you feel kind of
Mhm,
incomplete, like because that's not your passion.
Mhm.
And
mhm,
then um, from there on, I think I met my husband along the way, and then I came to know that he's a photographer. And from there on, I came to know that, hey, I could turn my photography, which is just a hobby, into a profession. And then from there on, it's just history. After that, I just jumped into it without even giving a second thought about it.
Yep.
wow, that's so amazing that you get to do what you
You
wanted to
love,
do
Mhm.
always.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and also now you also have your own studio, right?
Yes, correct. We do have a
Yes.
we actually used to own a photo studio in Brooklyn, but which we had to give it up because of COVID, the pandemic happened. But we still have the studio, we still work together, like me and my husband. And then right now I'm using a garage as my photo studio where I'll take pictures of products mostly. And then, yeah, that's about it. It's like working from home and being your own boss. Froze.
Manish, you froze.
Is I'm back now?
Yeah, now you're back.
Okay, I'm back. With another question to Karma. Karma, you have very diverse career. Like you do so many different style. You also even teach. So, like when you came to New York, did how it influenced your teaching? Is it changed something?
Yeah, I think New York has such diverse dance community and a lot of opportunities. So my dance experience has made me even more hardworking than I usually was. It made me more grateful of the opportunities that I receive, and then yeah, be more. I started becoming more prepared even for a class when I go for auditions, because as a freelance dancer, you have to go for a lot of auditions and you get rejected, and then you have to step in another audition. So how do I prepare myself? And what did I learn from each and every different audition so that I can get better? And then you know how it is over here to be as a dancer too, because you're also a dancer that I can relate to so much. The competition is so high. Every other time they need only one or two dancers in the company, and there are like 400, 500 people auditioning for that like two posts. So for me, I think it pushes me to also train consistently and whenever I can. Even though I have to go for auditions, I find myself like I find time for myself to go for classes. And yes, definitely my teaching has changed because I see so many professional trained dancers in front of me. And then when I get teachers who have so much education about dance, when I learn from them, it really broadens my perspective.
So also another question, was it easy for you to move to New York? Do you have any stories to tell us?
No, it was definitely a difficult choice because Navdara India Dance Theatre, I was doing so well with them, and to leave being one of the main soloists of the company and pretty much letting go of all the hard work that I've done, I had to make like it was difficult to make that choice, and I had to make that choice. And right after I come here, and then there's pandemic.
Shut down.
Yeah.
Everything just shut down.
Yeah, it was difficult choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also you told in the last question that it's very hard to get rejected when you do the auditions, like because they choose only one or two. So how
Yeah.
do you handle a rejection? Because many audience or artists, they go through the same thing. So it will be nice if you shed some light on it and you can tell how you handle the rejections.
I cry, first of all. I'm joking.
I do too.
Yeah, I do too. You've seen me cry when I got rejected. So yeah, my sister's seen me so many times, but I think it makes me stronger. It makes me more prepared to what this company or the choreographer is looking for. And sometimes I was sharing this with one of my friend just recently today, and she was being rejected so many times, and she was going for auditions. And I said, I think what keeps me going is I just keep asking myself, Karma, why do you dance?
Yeah.
Do you go for auditions to be selected and be part of that, or is it more than that? What why do I dance, first of all? And sometimes you're not in the right place at the right time, and I completely and totally believe in that. So yeah, I think that is one thing that keeps me going, is not giving up, be persistent, and yeah, know your why. So
Yeah.
that's true.
Also, Karma, I remember because you came to New York before me and you end up here during the pandemic. You arrived, and after 1 or 2 weeks, everything shut down, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how was it? Because I know you saved all the money so you can go to New York and pursue your career, and then this happens, and you can't go to the studio.
Yeah, it was hard. It was so hard. But I think I'm so thankful, first of all, because my sister was here, and I was staying with her and her
Yeah.
husband. So
You didn't
it
have to
made
worry.
it so much better. But not being able to train for another 4 months, and yeah, it was hard. It was difficult. And then once the classes started, we all started through Zoom, which was from a small screen, and everyone went through that. All the dancers who were training. We had only like one small room to train
Or I
in that.
remember she used to make use of that little tiny bedroom where she didn't have much space to move around.
Yeah,
But she
that.
made it work though.
Yeah, but you know, Manish, you always say that in your movie too, that if you really want it, you make it work. So I think that applies.
Mhm.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if your passion lies in something that you really want to do, you find ways to do it, no matter which um small corners. Even if you have like small corners,
Yeah.
you had no studio when you were dancing and training. So it applies to that. So I think that inspired me to, like, when I was
Yeah.
watching a movie, it inspired me, and then I could connect to it, because like every dancer would give up if they go through these kind of situations. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like, no, I also remember you because I also know because I started late and you started late. Like for me, at least I used to look up to you too because you started so late, but you always beat in the class. You always stand in front. Even you, I remember in India in the dance works, even you don't get something, you still go in the first group. Don't be shy, and that driven, like like how like there are so many people who start late, so can you tell something like what to do and don't how not to lose the hope and
I
how to make a career out of it?
I think it was mainly because I left my country. First of all, I was really passionate about dance,
Yeah.
and I if I looked left or right to who the person I was dancing with, I would not have survived. I just took inspiration from people who had more trainings than me, and I used to observe them so many times, and I used to watch them so many times in class. And what do they do? What do they not do? So I used to try and apply it on myself, and yeah, extra work outside of class, extra work that I put in when there's no one in the studio, come early. And then I think that drive, that drive, I already always had it in me. And then I was like, why can't I kick my leg higher? Like, why don't I have flexibility? Because someone on the side had it, and then they had training since they were little.
Kids.
But then I had to go to a gymnastic teacher. I had to break myself. I had to really stretch myself so that I can become flexible. But yeah, it's all your determination, how focused you are, and how willing you are to work
Work hard.
hard for that. So
Mhm.
it all ends up in that. And I think just keep your confidence no matter what level you are at. I think there's a room to grow if you don't give up on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's one thing that kept me going.
Very good. So next question will be for Sonam. So
You're
yeah,
switching.
yes, because we just talk about pandemic and you
Yeah.
were in New York too. So
Yes.
how it did affect your work, like a photography, because you have to be in person to take shots and everything,
True. True.
and that's the income you get. Like how you manage to work it out.
Well, so before the pandemic, I didn't really do photography a full time. I was still working in restaurants, like waitressing or like even hosting and stuff like that. But after the pandemic hit, it's like I don't have that job anymore. I don't have the luxury to just put the photography on the side and say like, hey, that's my part-time. I'll do part-time. That's my hobby kind of thingy. So I had to really pick up on photography right after pandemic because I didn't have that hotel job anymore. And then I couldn't depend on that financially. So I needed to find a way to make an income. So I ended up taking up photography full time right after the pandemic. And then we started doing e-commerce stuff. And then we started taking pictures for online stores. And then from there on, we started building more what do you call that? Clients.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened. So after the pandemic, I haven't done a lot of weddings or like I haven't taken a lot of portrait headshots because there were a lot of regulations where you have to stay away like 6 feet apart and blah 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 and all this stuff. But but after the pandemic, I don't think I have done a lot of headshots except for Karma and you. And then that's about it. After that, I'm solely taking pictures of products.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's so nice. Also, another question one of our audience asked, like,
Yeah.
how's your, like, when you told your parents about you want to be an artist, you want to take that job, so how their reaction was?
Well,
To her or to me?
To both of you, you both are artists.
well, well, our parents really wanted us to graduate, like
Yeah.
college, get a degree. And then they said, after you get your degree, you can do whatever, and then they'll support us. But for me, I went into hospitality management thinking that I will get to meet new people,
Right.
learn different cultures and all those stuff. But then still there was something that was missing. Like, but when I came here and then started doing photography, and then yeah, my mom was actually okay with it.
Oh,
Yeah, when I
nice.
told my at first I told my mom I would just leave this as a part-time job, and then she was fine with it. And then after the pandemic, she saw that my work was doing well. She was fine with it after that. But for
Yeah.
Karma,
It was kind of similar, but no. I finished graduation
Yeah.
and I was working in Bhutan and I wasn't doing well. No, I
no,
wasn't
she was
doing well.
supposed to try it out before she steps into a dance though.
Yeah, and then I wasn't loving it at all. And then I Googled it and I was researching everything. And then I told my mom,
Right, then she had a list of things.
no, first I wanted to become a DJ. And then
Yes.
I was like, not too much scope. And then I said, okay, I love to dance. And I think, sorry, I was like, I love to dance. So maybe I want to go dancing. And I researched and I convinced my parents. Our mom was very skeptical. She said,
Yeah, dancing.
I think it won't be possible because there's so many kids out there who's done dancing since they were 3 or 5 years old. And then I said, let me try for 2 years and then you see. I went to DanceWorks 2012, started dancing. She didn't believe me after 2 years too. She was like, what now? Like, are you highly trained enough to be hired by a company? And then I went with Ashley to Bombay and I was like, now I'm going to be in company. We're training to be in company. she still didn't believe me, but she supported me in
Yes.
my decision. But
All
then
the
once
way.
I started showing results, once
Mhm.
I started showing results of my growth, then my parents were like, okay, now you can survive. But it
That's
was hard.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, she had
Also,
everything researched.
that's a behind you. The photo is from Bhutan.
Oh yeah.
That's
Wait,
Oh,
if I could show.
that's the
That's-
tiger's nest.
That's the tigress nest. That's called
wow.
Paratatsang in Bhutan. And then
Uh-huh.
that's the picture my husband took.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. And-
You take so good pictures. You took our movie poster picture too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite too.
When
Yeah, mine too.
Leslie picked that picture, I was like, that's perfect.
That's
She's
perfect.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
That came
it.
out so nice. That one was like the best picture.
You almost hurt yourself too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Remember?
did. Yeah, I fell solemnly. Yeah, it was raining a little bit there, so but
Yeah, it was
I'm
kind of
glad
dressed.
that they, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So next question is for Karma. Karma, you were in a professional company, Navdhara India Dance Theatre. You tour a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So what did you like? That's the first time you went outside of India, outside of Bhutan or India, like to the Western world side, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
like, what did you feel different, and what did you learn, or what it changed?
I definitely got inspired because every tour we went, we made sure that we go and watch other companies perform in that area, or if there is a dance festival we're going to, we see a lot of different companies from all around the world. Especially, I remember Tanzmes Dance Festival, which happens in Germany. That was one of my biggest eye-opening uh, experience because I saw like almost 15 to 20 different companies performing from so many different companies, like so many different countries. But mostly, I think it definitely changed my perspective. It became wider and wider and wider. And I definitely got to collaborate and work with dancers from different cultures and different backgrounds, which made me understand even more and also feel more what do you call that word? Feel more better about where I come from.
Mhm.
So when I was sharing my background and my cultures, it made me grounded and it made me more closer to my how I was brought up. So yes, definitely it changed my horizon of like my perspective, like how it became so from here to this to this to this. So it was
Yeah,
infinite.
yeah. Like in my eyes, like you are the first one from the Bhutan, like taking a dancing that far. Can you hear me?
Just a minute.
Serious talking.
What were you
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
It's all good, don't worry. Yeah. So, in my eyes, Karma, you are the first one from Bhutan who took a dancing this far, and you're inspiring so many artists back home. So, do you have any advice, like to the upcoming artists and dancer who want to make to New York, like what they should do or what they should be aware of before coming to New York?
I think they have to be, first of all, be prepared. Um, First of all, financially,
Mhm.
be prepared financially. Know why, what are their goals. If they're applying for a company or school or city, there's so many different cities to go to over here. What do they want to do after that? Because you don't want to, yes, of course, short-term goals are important, but what is your long-term goal? Like, why do you want to pursue that particular field? If you want to become an artist, if you want to become a dancer, do you want to be hired by a company? Do you want to work in Broadway? Do you want to be in musical theater? What do you want yourself to be in? I think a lot of people get so fascinated with, oh, I'm going to go to Broadway, I'm going to go to New York. Yes, you can take classes if you're going back and doing something over there, but if you're planning to stay here, what is your long-term goal? So I think a lot of students and a lot of artists who is coming here, they miss that, and they don't know why they're coming here. Like, you were so sure why you're coming here. That's why you made that decision to come here, right, Manish? It's yes, it's the same way. It's the same way how I think that I decided that, okay, I'm going to move to New York and make myself, like, I want to make it happen over there for myself. And you made the same decision. And I can completely relate to that. And I love the fact that you said that in the beginning of the interview, that we our stories are so much alike that we can relate to it. And that's the only thing. And why do they want to come here? That's what they need to know. And yes, financially also they need to be
Yeah.
stable,
Supported.
because it's not easy for any international students to survive here, and it's expensive, you know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that take to our next question. That being an artist, how to survive? Because all the dance company, not all the dance company pay enough money, because only the big companies, like some of few of them, handful of them, they pay a full salary to the dancers, but they have to do a side job and side hustles. Like, can you explain it to our audience, like who are planning to come here and who are thinking about it, like how you can support as an artist yourself?
uh Definitely, as a freelance artist, you have to look for something in between the projects. Like, say, for example, if I get a project in these few months, now what next after that? Because you have to already start planning and being prepared to what you need to do for those months that you don't have work. So, getting different jobs is one thing. And if you could get into a lot of projects, and if you are known, and if you have that talent, and if you have the right people to work with, your word of mouth is going to go up. Most of my work that I've worked with, it's all through word of mouth. And if I make a good connection with Sonam, so if I work with her and I work, and I'm very honest about my work, and if I'm working hard, and she's gonna tell someone that, hey, she's a really hardworking person. Maybe you want to hire her. So that is also one thing that you can also have. But definitely, to survive, if you can do small little work here and there, is always useful. But if you get hired by a company and it pays you a salary based, then yes, you can survive. But if you're working as a freelance artist, I think it's important to look the other way as well, how you can earn money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can totally understand, because I am also in New York and it's very expensive. So I
It's so
have
expensive.
to, yeah, I have to do a few other jobs even. It's okay. Because honestly, I'm doing what I love to do, my dancing. For that, I can do other job, even it's a washing dishes or making sandwiches or serving a coffee. You know,
Or
it
going,
doesn't,
yeah, or working in a barista. Exactly.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
no job is like small job, because as long as you are supporting something that you believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe in dancing too much, like I wanted to be here that much that I'm ready to do other things.
Exactly.
Anything, yeah, because end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
matters that if I have a other job like which pay me a lot of money, but it doesn't make me happy,
Right.
it's not going to work. But if I'm doing the other job that doesn't make me happy, but I'm supporting that job, which makes me really happy, it all worth it. Because at the end of the
Exactly.
day, heart is happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I can
Indeed.
totally relate. Yeah, I saw you working in barista and everything. So
And you came to have my coffee.
Have my
yeah,
coffee.
Yeah, I made
yes,
coffee for him.
yeah, yeah, nice one because I like sweet coffee and she made a sweet one.
Oh.
I can't drink bitter. I can't drink bitter coffee.
No.
He loves.
That's why I go to Starbucks Frappuccino.
Oh, because they have all
Yeah.
the sweet stuff, all the goody stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Sonam,
Yeah.
how is it different, like taking a shot of an artist than the normal people? Because you also work with the other normal people. Like I call normal people, so because I shouldn't do that. But yeah, like dancers or artists, or because they are very innovative in their own way. Sometimes they are crazy, like they behave different, So how it's experienced?
Well, to take pictures of normal people, like you said, normal people, and then with dancers, it's different because with dancers, you want to be able to capture movement. It's not about just staying still. Dancers are always on the move. So while they move, you have to be able to capture that right moment. So when I take pictures with dancers, all I say is just keep moving, like just keep dancing.
Don't you
And
say
then-
show off your legs?
I do. I do. Most of the dances because I cannot kick high up like that. So every time I take pictures of dancers, I'd be like, can you pick your leg up? so, so, so I let them take their legs up and then take pictures of them. But for normal people, the headshots, it's just like taking picture of them. Like they could be just walking and then take pictures of them. But for dancers, I think it's mostly capturing your movements and then take a like it's always nice to have that shot when you're like changing movement. I don't know what you call those things.
This
but-
transitions
yeah, the transition. Like
from
if you
one
get
movement to the
to the other
one.
one when you have like a transition,
Yeah.
like it's the best pictures. Like I don't know, I'm obsessed with those kind of things. So when I take pictures of Karma, I don't know if you remember when I was taking pictures of you and Karma, all I said was like, just keep moving, jump as
Yeah.
high as you can. If you want to run, just run. I'll take pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember.
I think that's the only difference because dancing is all about movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you also work with, I saw your resume with the Cirque du Soleil like artist,
Yeah.
and also to the like really like high profile clients. Does
Yeah.
it make you nervous when you meet them and you doing like a shoot with them because they are really well known or something? Does it affect your work somehow?
No, I think I'm quite comfortable shooting anybody as long as I know what I'm doing, like
Mhm.
which speaks volume about my passion. And then yeah, it's all about plus when we have photo shoots, I usually create an environment where everyone is like free. And every time I'd be like, just let yourself go. Like
Yeah,
loosen
you
up.
always-
I always say just loosen up a
Sonam
little.
always
like-
says that. That's her favorite word. She'll
Yeah.
say, "Do breathe in,
Yeah, breathe in and
out."
breathe out. So, because sometimes people, I know I get nervous when I go in front of the camera, and then I forget to breathe, and then everything tenses up. And then when you
Mhm.
get tensed up, you could actually see it in your pictures when you're stressed out or like tense. You look really tight and awkward.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I try my best to create an environment where everyone is like friendly and comfortable, like let loose.
But
Yeah,
do you
but-
think?
But I don't get nervous though. But I think I might be a little nervous when it's like a wedding picture because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
wedding could be a little stressful because in weddings you have to be on the point, like you can't miss a single shot because every shot is
A moment.
important. It's a moment. It's a moment of their big day. So you always have to be on your point. And then that kind of makes me really nervous going into a wedding stuff, but I think it kind of makes me happy too, because I see a lot of happy people, sad people at the same time.
Crying people.
Yeah, crying
Crying
people, because
people.
it's good tears, the happy tears.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of
And-
attention to details at the wedding, but that's
Yes. And another question for both of you.
yeah.
What do you miss about Bhutan?
What?
What do you miss about Bhutan?
Oh,
For me,
I miss mountains.
I miss the air.
Yeah, the air and the
mountains.
mountains, and of
Well-
course family.
Yeah, he himself is from the mountains.
Yeah, I remember you
So-
showed me pictures of your hometown.
Yes.
So yeah, home cooked meal.
Oh yes.
Uh-huh.
It's like everything
Um,
tastes different, like when it's home cooked meal, like
Yeah,
in Bhutan.
Mm-hmm.
and I think I miss wearing our kira.
Oh, the everyday wear.
Yeah, we were brought up wearing kira, our national dress, when we were in school,
Yeah, that's a uniform.
and that was our uniform. And if you go to offices, you have to wear those.
That's our formal clothes
formal
as well.
clothes. So sometimes I miss that, because over here we're just always in our comfortable jeans and shorts and t-shirts. But yeah, but those are
So
things.
I missed you. I miss my parents.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Now it's gonna
What
be
else do you
almost,
miss?
especially a family, because
Yeah.
food, okay, I can cook, but yeah, the home food is home food.
Yeah.
But still, it's like being with the family, because when I start dancing, I totally didn't meet them as much. Like when I was in India, also, I was always traveling, always living
Right.
somewhere. So I didn't got enough time to spend with them. And this
Aw.
time, I think it's gonna be 2 years. I'm not gonna see them. It always otherwise 1 year, because I didn't got a chance to go back.
Right.
And yeah, also I miss a lot of things. Like I miss my sister wedding, and she have a baby
I
now. It's
know.
1 month old. She got
Oh,
baby
that's-
girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
so congratulations.
Thank you.
You're
So-
uncle now.
Your uncle.
Yeah, I am uncle. Yeah, I was old in dancing, and now I'm old also in real life.
But yes, definitely all those family gatherings, meeting all our cousins, being with parents,
Yeah.
grandparents.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are. What was your village like?
Oh, so my village, like I think our village is similar. It's like a mountains, fresh air,
Gardens.
fields.
Yeah, fields.
Do you have domestic animals there?
They have
Oh
cows.
yeah,
They
4
have
cows. I
Four
have 4 cows.
Yeah.
Our grandma
Yeah, 2
had
baby
cows.
cows. Yeah, so it's nice. It's very peaceful and calm. Right now, my parents are living there. I sent them back to village so they can
Mhm.
retire and have a good time. So I'm very happy about it. Or someone asked, as an artist, what is your biggest drive and what keep you going?
I think what keeps me going is I think like I write. Sometimes I write, and I keep reminding myself why I started dancing. Sometimes I go back to when I started dancing. I read my journal. I read what I was discovering, and what do I want to do. I think keeping that with you always, and yeah, you just need to know your why and have the courage to keep
Follow
going
it.
forward. What do you think?
Yeah.
What is
Whatever
your
you said.
drive? What is your drive to keep taking pictures?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of capturing moments. That's what's keeping me from like going. Like it just keeps me going because I love capturing moments, no matter it doesn't even have to be on a fancy camera or anything. Now I started taking pictures on my phone, and then I want to be able to freeze the moment and I don't know,
Keep the memory
keep
with
them
you.
as a memory.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's such a different way of seeing how a photographer.
yeah,
What is your
yeah.
drive, Manish? What do you think is your drive?
So for me, it's very different time, different situation, different things for me.
Yeah.
Because sometime now I feel like also responsible because many
Yeah.
people look up to me, and
Mhm.
I want to make my career in dancing more better and successful. Also, sometimes I feel like that because people are looking up to me, and
Right.
they are following me too because they also start late or come from unprivileged family or something like that, so they can relate. So sometimes I feel
Mhm.
like I'm carrying their hopes with me,
Right.
but sometimes also I feel like it's a way of the like a dancing, like being an artist, it's a way you can communicate, because
Mhm.
artists sometimes you don't want to say but you don't want to keep it to you, so that's why like they are very
You
confused,
create.
I feel like. Yeah, because they want to express through dancing but they don't want to say
Yeah.
what they want to say. But it's like
Yeah,
that
that's true.
line, yeah, they like,
There's a thin line in there
yeah,
where you are in that situation where you don't want to say it, but you still want
yeah,
to say it, but
yeah,
you are
yeah.
saying it through movement and then you want to create. I
Mhm.
I get that, but yeah, there's a fine line in that.
Yeah,
Thin line
so
where
that is the also a thing, because also I can leave my all the fantasies in dancing. I can be prince in dancing. I can be anything because in any role, so I can fulfill
right.
my all the desires I want to, and
Mhm.
it take me like it cut me with the real world and put me somewhere where I can be what I want to be. I can be anything there on the stage.
Right.
So it also, yeah, let me cut out from the real world and go to the my world that I dream of. So
Yeah, I
yeah, so
agree. That's yeah, I think you need to keep your imagination
Going.
going and keeping it alive.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that is also one of the drive that you can have. Like,
yeah,
and take inspiration from everything that's around you.
yeah,
There's so many things
True.
we learn from observing just the nature, observing your friends, your parents, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your husbands, your whoever. Like, you have so many things to take in. So I think art, in a way, I feel like it's so larger than us. So I
yeah,
think we just need to be open enough to
yeah,
observe more.
yes.
I see you sometimes dance with the traffic sound. Like we would just hear like cars honking, like passing by, like there's breeze going on. To that sound, I see her dance sometimes.
Yeah, because
She's like, I'm taking in the moment.
I'm taking the inspiration from the sounds that I'm hearing. So how would my body react? What does my emotion feel like? So
Yeah.
you're taking in from everything, like whatever I hear, I see, and let my body
Yeah,
react to
Yeah,
it.
move to it.
Right? That's how
yeah,
dancers would think, right, Manish?
yeah, yeah, they think
We're-
crazy way, that's why. Yeah, they are a little crazy, that's why I asked Sonam that how it is different to film the other people and the dancers.
yeah,
Dancers are always on the move. They have to keep
Yeah,
moving.
but the
yeah,
stillness is also moving too.
Stillness
yeah,
is also moving, but your stillness is different. Your stillness is like an artistic way of stillness. I don't know how to explain it, but I can see it in the pictures, but it's hard for me to say it. But I can tell the difference though.
yeah.
Okay.
Also karma, like I know you are from Bhutan, but I don't know, somehow I always believe you from India because you are good in Hindi also. I always like take it like India, she's from India. Like karma, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
because she can
because I've
speak so
stayed
good
there for
Hindi.
yeah.
How
Yeah,
long,
she's
yeah, how
good with
long you been
Hindi.
there?
I finished my college 3 years of college in Bangalore. And after that, from 2012 to 2020, I was in Mumbai and Delhi.
Wow. So you are a daughter
Almost
of
10
India
years.
too.
Yeah, my friends always tell me, I think you're eligible to get a
The ID
Indian
card,
passport.
passport.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, how was your like coming out from Bhutan, and how was your experience in India?
It was amazing. Got to learn a lot of Bollywood songs. I got to
Yeah.
learn the language.
Try all the delicious food.
Try all the delicious food. I can't even talk about food. It's like so good. Northern food, southern food, and what else? It's like it's been really great. Like knowing people there, how um helpful they are, and I met so many people who helped me in so many different ways of my career, of my life when I was in India, and be it some strangers and be it a lot of my teachers who helped me, and it's just been a roller coaster ride, and it's a good roller coaster ride though. And yeah, it's like not that one. It was like
Yeah.
yeah. But I really fell in love with Mumbai. I
Yeah.
think my favorite one has to be Mumbai. And
What
yeah.
was it like to study with Yehuda?
What was it like to study with
Yehuda?
Yehuda?
Yeah. Yeah. We
Oh,
share
the
the same
first
teachers.
thing.
Yeah.
The first thing he told me, because he saw me the other night and he was leaving the studio and he saw me in one of the hip hop class and I was wearing a hat and I was like grooving. It was one of the BE class.
Yeah.
And next morning, he sees me in ballet and I was not that good in ballet and he had an eye on me and then he told me, "Hey, you, the hip hop girl with the cap. This is not a hip hop class. We have to do ballet here." I was so scared of him. And then that was it. And then I started working in his class, and he is such a humble teacher, and so much respect for him. He made sure that I'm always, after 3 years of training with him, he made sure that I'm always standing with Manish and Amir in front.
Oh.
Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
Manish and Amir on like right in front of the bar, and he would say, "Kama, you come right behind Manish." And then if Manish and Amir are like away, he would always have me demonstrate, and if they're there, they'll have the boys demonstrate the class. And always in the first bar,
Yeah.
he always said, "This bar is for Amir, Manish, and Karma," and
Yeah.
sometimes Chetan on the
Yeah.
end of the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after they left, then Bobby came, then all of these
Yeah.
small other kids
Yeah.
who were
Yeah.
so well too.
So is
Yeah.
Yehuda like the same as they portrayed in that movie?
Which one?
The movie
Which, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, he was like that. Like Karma, no. Every day one girl go,
Yes.
every day one girl go out crying.
Yeah, I remember him going to one of the student and he said, "Turn out your leg," like whispered,
Oh.
Yeah.
whispered in her ears, and then he said, "I am going to kill you."
Kill you.
But he's just like in a joking way.
Joking way.
But it was so
Yeah.
scary for that girl.
Yeah.
But she was also in the company, so
Oh, okay.
you know. And then he was like saying that, and then everyone used to get so scared of him.
Yeah. He was
But
tall,
when we,
like big boys, like, and like he seemed scary in the beginning, but then afterwards he became
Yeah, but
so
if you-
mellow.
I'm just happy that I got to meet him though in person.
oh yeah, she got
Yeah.
to meet Yehuda.
Yeah.
He
he's
seemed
sweet,
really
right?
nice.
He's
He's
Yeah.
really sweet. That's why I was like, I wonder if they portrayed the same Yehuda in the movie.
No, it's a 5 years
Because
long journey with the movie.
yeah.
he
Yeah, he
seemed
changed a
so
lot.
nice and sweet. Like,
He changed
Yeah,
a lot, yeah.
oh,
But he was
yeah,
strict. He was a strict teacher.
I think every
yeah.
teacher needs to be strict at some point. Like,
So,
But
yeah,
what does his teaching
Karma,
how does
tell
it
me
compare?
about, yeah, like
his
the
teaching compared
teachers.
to New York teachers?
Yeah, is Yehuda
Compared to the
same?
teachers?
Like, how's the New York teachers are? It's like Yehuda
Compared to Yehuda.
compared to
Oh no,
Yehuda.
they're all different teachers. I don't
How
think
would
I
you
would.
compare the techniques?
I don't think I
The
would
technique.
compare any teacher to anyone, but definitely every teacher I go to learn from,
Mhm.
they always teach me something new. They always teach me something that I sometimes some teacher have already repeated to me, but it didn't sink in.
Oh, they
But
have a
then
different
someone
way
tells
of
me, and
conveying
then
it,
there's a different way of
teaching it.
teaching it that I could understand. So it's different. It's different with every teacher. How would you say it, Manish?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Like every
right?
teacher teaches something else, and you don't have to like you can take anything from
Exactly.
other teachers. Yeah. But as a demand wise, like Yehuda was like more like demanding because
Mm-hmm.
here in America, like I don't think so you are allowed to even hit someone.
No.
Mhm.
But Yehuda used to be like all the time.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
used to be that. He used to not
yeah,
hit, but he used to like,
yeah. But
um,
that's good, like because it's like I can understand like he really care about us because he
Yeah, I
wants
think
us to
that's what
get
I
the
was
step.
gonna say.
Yeah, it's a good thing because that means he putting his own time, own efforts, own energy, own anger on someone to make them like become more much better dancer. So he's and here you can't because of you have to be very mellow here. You can't. You have to
yeah,
take a permission even to touch someone. So yeah.
even matter of fact, because I work personally with Ashley too, he's also like that. He
Hmm.
demands and he will
Yeah.
sit and he will say again,
But I
Hmm.
think they
again.
do that
So
just because they are really invested in you and they see something
Yes.
in you that you don't see.
of
Yeah.
That's
course.
why they're just trying to push you. I think
Yeah.
that's kind
Mhm.
of nice way of, like, I don't
Yeah.
know,
No,
bringing
that's
that
a
side of
old
you
school. That's an
out.
old
Old
school
school.
Old
way.
school,
Yeah.
true.
In the schools, also
Yehuda
in
was old
India,
school.
in the
Yeah.
teachers, all the teachers used to teach us like that. In India, like even to the education we used to go, so they were like very demanding and all.
Strict.
And then student also, and also it's fine with the student because teacher is next to the God for us.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
go
that's
and
true.
touch their feet in the morning. Yehuda didn't like that. He's like, don't call me
Don't
Don't.
sir or don't touch my feet or something like that. But
It's like
yeah,
a form
in
of
India,
respect for
yeah, to getting a wisdom from them because they are old and they have a lot of knowledge, so they can
yeah
pass the wisdom to the younger generation.
younger generation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think that's one thing that I've also learned is how
yeah,
like every we do that too in our culture as well.
hmm,
To always talk with your eyes,
Respect.
like with respect, and you're always bowing and then
yes,
to your elders.
I think it's
So
hmm,
part of our culture.
I could relate a lot when I was in India, and then the same thing,
hmm,
and then they touching their
Yeah.
guru's feet,
hmm,
and when I learned a little bit of Kathak too, so
Oh,
like
I
before you could
remember.
greet your teachers, you
Yeah.
have to greet the mother god of dance. So
hmm,
there's a larger energy more than your teacher. That's what I've learned in Kathak.
yes,
So
yeah,
yeah, that's the Mother Earth.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that is one thing
Also,
that always take it back with me.
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Also, one more last question for Sonam. The karma, like your sister,
Um,
she always dancing. Do you ever thought about dancing?
who, me? Have I
Yes,
ever thought
you.
about? I have no rhythm in my body.
You did dance in the pandemic time. She did a full
Karma,
routine with
I
me.
don't know how you guys do it, but she taught me a routine. It was just, I don't know, 2 minutes routine.
No, it wasn't 2 minutes. It was 2 counts of 8.
I'm like, she was like 1 and 2 and 3. I'm like, what's end? This is 1, and then there's something that's end. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is end? It's like, for me, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. For her, 1 and 2 and 3. I'm like, I don't get this. And then she taught me the whole routine, and then for me, it was okay. She made me do it like more than 20 times for just that.
I made her repeat.
I'm like, no, I'm done. She was like, no, you're not done. Come back here. I'm like, I'm done. She was like, no, you're not done. We have to make a video of this. And then,
Yeah.
well, we actually did make a video, and she posted it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
And
to
then
watch
I'm
that
like,
one.
Yeah, it's there in one of the pandemic times. 20.
I think Veronica did the choreography.
Yeah, Veronica taught that
class,
routine
I think.
to Kids Batch,
Mm-hmm.
and I taught it to her.
And it was like, I'm like, this is for kids. It's so hard for me to grasp. Like I couldn't understand what I was doing. And then she made me move my body the way it's not supposed to move. I'm like, I don't know how to move that.
It's not supposed to move.
Yeah,
So Karma
I
is
don't
very
move that
strict
way.
teacher. Yeah, Karma is very
Yeah,
strict
she is.
teacher. She is.
She is. Like
Oh,
when it
she
comes
is
to
a
dancing.
demanding.
I don't look, but once I get into, I think that is the only place I think I can demand, because I know what I'm demanding for. But if you tell me otherwise in other things, I'm like, it's okay. I'm all like chilled and nice. But when it comes to dancing and
Yeah,
know
she's
that I
strict.
want that,
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, no. we
She
have
didn't
to
let
do
me
it.
go until I got it.
And you got it.
After like 20 plus times.
Yeah.
See, that's perseverance and that's hard work.
That's true.
Yeah. You
Ask
should make her
Manish how
do
many
when you
times.
doing the photo. Make her one more jump. You're not jumping high. One more
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I know.
You should take it back when you're clicking her pictures. Not looking
Yeah,
good
I know,
enough.
right?
Come on, one more
She
time.
actually does it though. I made her do jumps so many times when I take pictures.
Yeah.
She's like willing to do it.
Because
And then
that's
every
what
time
it's
she'll be like,
required.
did you get the shot? If I say no, I didn't get it. And she'll jump again. And then she'll be like, are you happy with your shot? If I say no, she'll be like, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
So she keeps going. Like there's no tiredness in her.
That's what it
Yeah.
demands. Like if I see something, then I'm going for that.
I remember
wanna get
even
it.
when we were taking pictures together, and then you were like, Manish, jump. Sonam will just take pictures. Jump, Manish. Jump like this. So,
And then Manish fall. Then Manish fall.
and Manish fell. But we got a good picture out of
Yeah,
that.
we got a we
Yeah.
made a
Aren't you
poster
glad-
for the movie.
Aren't you glad that you took that scarf with you?
I am
Yeah.
happy about it.
Right? I was telling him,
Yeah.
are you going to use that? What are you going to use that for? And then he was like,
Mhm.
no, I'm going to use it when I'm jumping. And
Yeah.
I'm figuring out how is he going to use it. And then he
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yes, do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun doing that. Manish,
Yeah.
question for you. I'm
Yes.
just curious, like,
Yes.
would there be time in your life where you think that, all right, I'm done dancing full time, but I would like to go into acting?
Yes. I was
Because
thinking
I know
about
you're
it.
good at it.
Yeah. So because when I still get offers for the movies or web series, but right now
Yeah.
I want to dance, so I can't take it up. But yeah, when I will be not dancing
In the
and I'm done
future.
what I want to, I will like to do it because that is also a way of expressing yourself as an
True.
artist.
Uh-huh.
But also I thought about I will go back to India also and teach because
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
always
it.
believe Yehuda came from somewhere and how he changed our life, my karma,
Yeah.
Amir's and everyone. Even if I can do to that one or two people, it will be nice giving back, because
Oh, that
everyone
is
there
so-
is,
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
needs something. But
I
yeah,
second that with you, Manish. I completely like it's something that I want to do
Yeah,
as well.
that's what she's been always saying. Like she
Yeah.
wants to learn dance all the way, and then she's like, I want to teach people dance too.
Yeah,
And then she was
and-
like, I want to pave the way for them,
Yeah.
which she's actually doing. She's actually helping a lot of like young people, like who's reaching out to her and then asking about what do we do, where do we apply, how should we go about it. She's like guiding them, giving them guidance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I try my best.
Yeah, you're doing good.
She's doing
I
really
meet so
good.
many, yeah, I meet so many people like, and they talk about karma like always very highly. They all want to become like her. And I
Aw.
met someone in studio also, and they talk like we follow karma and everything. So it's very like happy thing because I know you, and when they talk about you, so it make me feel proud too. And
No.
yeah. And also another question, like one golden advice for all the viewers you have.
Golden advice.
Yeah, golden,
Golden,
silver, diamond. Any advice? Like for the artists, like
Yeah, I think I've said almost what I think works is definitely have like a clear goal. Be financially stable, not financially stable, but know where it's gonna come from. Especially if you're traveling overseas,
as an
where
international
is your
student.
where is your finance coming from? Because a lot of people go back because of their financial issues as well. And I think discipline,
Oh,
have a focused mind, focus on yourself, keep working hard, keep the passion alive, and
be ready to hustle
oh yeah, be ready to hustle
and grind.
and grind. That's hers.
Yeah, that's like
Yes.
you have to be ready to hustle and grind.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't lose focus of your goal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for me, it's discipline. Like no matter
Yeah.
what career you are at, if you're focused and if you're disciplined enough and keep working hard, I think anything is possible. And keep telling yourself that you deserve what you have right now. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a wonderful advice. So it was really great having you on our podcast. I know like viewer have got a lot of information and things to take from this podcast. And thank you for joining us.
Thank
And
you so much
please
for having
meet
us.
I know,
me,
thank
Karma,
you.
somewhere. You're
we
disappear.
we still go for perry dance classes, and I'm like, I don't think if Manish is still here. Sometimes I meet him at the walking around. It's like rehearsal. I was like, okay, I'm going for class.
Yes.
Aw,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Once
think we
again,
should.
yeah.
thank you.
Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manish,
Thank you.
and yeah, to the whole team of Call Me Dancer.
And thank you for including me.
Yeah, and yeah, I hope and wish all the
Bye,
best.
Pochi.
We both hope and wish all the best for Call Me Dancer to
Yeah.
reach a lot of people, because it's such an inspiring documentary about Manish himself. And yeah, it's just, you can see it in the documentary. It's all about hard work. It's all about keeping your passion alive. It's all about keeping your attitude right, focused mind, having a persistent attitude of not giving up. So I think I wish you all the best for your Call Me Dancer,
Yeah,
Manish,
all the
and
best.
all
Thank you.
the opportunities that's gonna come for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
See you.